What's up, friend, and welcome back to another Spider-Man or Through the Omen Path standard video. And today we're going to have a look at the next best deck in standard, which is going to be the Mirror mid-range. Now, I got that based on analyzing like tournament data, other data we can find online from MTG challenges, MTG Arena. I made a whole video up on my Patreon and exclusive for members as well, where I analyze the data and talk a little bit further about what the future meta might look like, what the best decks are going to be, and how to beat them. If you're curious to check that out, become a member or subscribe to my Patreon as well. But for now, the TLDR is basically, I think the Mirror comes out on top. And I think the Mirror is going to kind of be the bully of the format, but also a necessary evil that's going to keep the meta in check. The Mirror is going to be our best answer against the Kona and Kavero decks, like other control decks. I figured, hey, for once, let's be the problem and let's play the most powerful deck in standard and see how it lines up against the meta. So the Mirror range is going to be our choice for today. Now, some people actually want to see some cards from the Mirror mid-range banned. I think I could have technically seen it, but it all depends on how efficient and how good is the Mirror going to be at answering the standard meta. But some people did want to see Enduring Curiosity or Kaito leave the format. Both cards are like some of the staple cards in this Dimir deck. I think they're both definitely like the strongest cards in the decks. Enduring Curiosity is that 4-mana 4/3 Cat Glimmer. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you get to draw a card, which is basically going to make sure that you're never going to run out of cards, while also being really hard to remove. Because if it dies, if it was a creature, you return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it's an enchantment. So you're either looking for like exile removal, or you're looking to remove it and then remove the enchantment as well. Then we also have Kaito of Bane of Nightmares, another fantastic value engine. You can ninjutsu it in for 3, and during your turn, as long as Kaito has 1 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 3/4 ninja creature and has hexproof. So the hexproof is just incredibly strong. Kind of makes it so that despite it being a creature, you can't use any creature removal on it really, unless you have something like Nowhere to Run in play. Now then Kaito buffs up your ninjas for the 0 ability. You also get to draw a card for each opponent who lost life this turn. In the -2 effect, you tap a target creature and put 2 stun counters on it. And stun counters are pretty important in this deck list, because we also have the Floodbit Drowner, which is a really good card in here. 2 mana 2/1 with Flash and Vigilance. When the creature enters, tap target creature an opponent controls and put a stun counter on it. Or 2 and a tap, you can shuffle this creature and target creature with a stun counter on it into their owner's libraries. So a ton of ways to tap your opponent's stuff, remove your opponent's stuff, clear it away so that your tiny creatures, because that's one of the weaknesses to the Dimir deck, like the creatures aren't super powerful, don't have a super high toughness, like you're really relying on removing and stunning to clear it away, draw a ton of cards, and just overwhelm your opponent. We have things like Strategic Betrayal, which I'm also playing in the main board right now. 2 mana sorcery, target opponent exiles a creature they control and their graveyard. I just want to have a card like this in the main to enter the Kavero decks. We have 3 copies of Tishana in the main as well. Super important card going forward, because a lot of people are going to be on Kona, a lot of people are going to be on Kavero, and Tishana shuts down both. So you want to have Tishana Tidebinder in your blue decks in the sideboard, but the Mirror mid-range, I think the card absolutely belongs in the main right now. You can stop those Kona triggers, even if you maybe can't remove the creature. You're still playing a couple Beastbinders. I'm not playing 4 copies anymore, because I think the Beastbinder was kind of like in there for like Nemesis and stuff like that, and maybe like the VV stuff, the Cauldrons. So we can go a little bit lower on that, but I'm still playing 2 copies of them. Remove on the decks, Bitter Triumphs, Shoot the Sheriff, Stab. Get the Stabs in because it's pretty good in the Mirror. That's like another thing we have to worry about. We do have some cards for the Mirror as well, like Fabloom Tricks. And also really like Vren for the Mirror too. So those cards you can find in the sideboard. 2 copies of Phantom Interference in the main. A lot more counter magic in the sideboard. I also shoved Detect Intrusions in the sideboard, because not only does it counter a target instant or spell, it also counters a triggered ability, which kind of like is another Tishana that buys you another turn. And in a tempo deck like this, sometimes that's all you gotta do. Buy yourself another turn. And that's really all the Mirror tries to do. Very efficient answers. Great like tempo gameplay. And definitely, in my opinion, as of now, the bully of standard. So let's dive into the gameplay. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. First combo player shut down. Now we go to the next one. Who wants us? Kona, Kavero. Like, come here then. Like we're kind of saying like we're playing the bully deck, which is Dimir, but at the same time, like where the fuck would we be without Dimir mid-range right now? Because it's the only thing that stands between, a fair standard and a standard that's been run over by Konas and Kaveros. Like, for real, if you're queuing up standard right now, all you're gonna see is Kona and Kavero. Like, you have to be playing the Mirror, because it's very hard to answer them otherwise. Or control, I guess. Wonder, thank you for the 11. Yeah, we need a hero, and the name is Dimir. I wonder, I could Bitter Triumph the Kona. I'm wondering maybe I could just go World Wagon for thinning. No, El, it's not how it works. Like, there's not really a problem. It's just like there are still decks around that benefit from VV being banned, and those just need to be answered now, and that's what this Dimir deck is going to do. So that's kind of like where we're looking at. Obviously, like when cards get banned, like certain decks get like boosted, and then you have to find a way to, you know, stabilize the meta. So it makes a lot of sense that a lot of like it makes sense that a lot of arena players are all of a sudden gravitating towards these Kona and Kavero decks because they were already really popular on arena, and it's only getting crazier now. So, you know, we just gotta keep those decks in check, and this is the best deck to do it. So that's why we're playing Dimir right now. Or control, anything. But yeah, those decks need to be bullied out of the format first. Yeah, the meta will be solved eventually, but at the moment we're still in the stages of like people are trying to. Funny that VV is such a problem, and you've only seen it once. It's because everybody stopped playing the deck when Wizard... Well, a lot of people stopped playing the deck on MTG Arena when it got announced that it was going to get banned like 2 months ago. Like, nobody wants to play with a dead deck, which is also a big reason that Standard died. So that's why you haven't seen it much. But the second anything happens, competitive Magic, tournaments, qualifiers, VV comes out of the water. Because then people have a reason to play the best deck in the format, so... That's really how, yeah, that's really how it works. So yeah, play through life. You know, you didn't play Historic, they should ban Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, I know Historic is like crazy unbalanced too. Alright, well, unfortunately, everybody, they found the second Kona, so... What can I draw here that saves me? Nothing, I don't think. Where do you think the meta ends up after the bans settle? This is the mirror deck on top. For sure. This is the mirror deck on top because it's good against combo decks and control decks, and people will always gravitate towards like control decks, and like combo decks are already still like a decently popular option, so it's going to be the best thing we have going for us. And yeah, Avatar may have a pretty big impact too, I don't know, but as of now, without keeping Avatar in mind, like Dimir is definitely the deck to beat, I'd say. Thanks for showing up in time. Great. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. No. Heartless Act. Yeah, Heartless Act will be great, for sure. Just not sure if Heartless Act is better than Shoot the Sheriff. I think it is, for sure. Well, I was thinking about Tishanaing this so that my flyers are online. But yeah, you still got Kona to worry about. We just gotta hope they don't have it there. It's kind of messed up. Fell sorcery speed kills it. You need instant speed removal. For decks like what my opponent's playing. I'm still cooked probably though, chat. I'm still cooked probably. Cheesed out yet again, probably. Don't really know what that's about, but I'm sure it's a Kona trigger. Yeah, another target. Okay. Oh, that's why. In the main too, huh? Alright. I can't do anything about that. 07. Can't do anything about that. Duress, I guess? No, I mean, Duress isn't all that against them, I don't think, but... Nowhere to runs. Shana. Just boarding into Shana every time now. L to Shana everything. Then we just restart. Yeah, this fucking game's broken as hell. Broken AF. Okay. Crazy if true. Any Golgari Gruul decks worth playing? Well, time will tell. We don't really know yet. Start off with the bat here. The unfortunate part is just that this opponent ripped oh, the split up again. That's so fucking awkward. Get lost to... Man, we gotta rip some good stuff off the top here. I gotta develop this Beast Binder. I can shut down a voice, maybe. We can, be ahead of them, maybe. Another land. Okay. Girl with Karen and the Roboroids. Who knows? Or with Craven, you mean? I read Karen, I was like... Craven? That's the spider haster? Weird play. What the hell? We're gonna get split up? Riot guy? Oh, I see. Well, it turns out this is gonna be a lot trickier, I think, than we thought it would be because the Voice of Victory. I could try to, like, get rid of it with Drowner. Could also try to get rid of Kona with the Drowner, so... Let's get rid of that then. I have to do some more power here. Another land. Damn it, all my maps are whiffing. Want power, no lands. A feeling post bans. I mean, I'm excited. Like, I'm glad to have the cards finally gone. I just think it feels very anticlimactic because A, we've expected it for so fucking long. And, ooh, kind of interested in stopping that, but I mean, they already have, like, a powerful card, so it doesn't matter that much. Yeah, I think it just feels very anticlimactic because, you know, here we are, we knew. How about some rule removal? Can we do that, maybe? I'm so glad they hit profs. Like, that's the greatest thing out of it all. I'm really glad they did that, for sure. Well, a long time ago. Cards you on ban X. You know, I would like a healthy standard where we don't ask for bans all the time. I would like peace and love on Earth and standard. How about that? That's my wish. I'm tired of constantly needing bans. Can we just have good vibes? Maybe. Like, maybe. Just this once. My wish for Christmas is no more standard bans. Please. That's my Christmas wish this year. Please, just a healthy format where we can all be happy. Yeah, good vibes 2026, please. Good vibes 2026, I beg. Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, no more bans necessary. No more bullshit about needing bans. Like, let's just enjoy the game. God damn it. Without having their problematic cards that are, like, demanding bans. I would just like some good fucking vibes in this community. For once, let us be happy. We deserve it. For once, happiness. Rainbows and sunshine all along the way. All right, we're good. Yeah, there have been times, many times like that, L. Like, you know, I mean, there's always people that are complaining, right? Like, always, no matter where you are, what you do, there's always going to be people that are asking for bans, just because a lot of people, like, we were joking about this. There will always be people who are just too living in their own bubble, too in everything in life. There's people that only look at themselves, and there's one card they may not like because it hits their pet deck, and they're gonna say ban that shit. Like, you hear the most ridiculous shit, and some people just cannot look at the bigger picture, like, ever. So people will always be calling for bans no matter what happens, but we ignore those people, and we look at the shit that matters, and like. There have been many moments in Standard where we have had a healthy metagame. We've had healthy metagames before, so we gotta get back to it, but they've power creeped quite a bit, and like, yeah. Standard has just, unfortunately, a lot been about, you know, making the format healthy again instead of like actually enjoying the format, which is obviously kind of not good, you know. Yeah, they really, like, I mean, 3-year standard is the biggest problem for the fact that they are severely under-testing a lot of their cards, right? Like, they're saying the reason why VV flopped is because they didn't remember Agatha Soul Cauldron was a card, which is ridiculous, low-key. Because it's not even a card that's like, it's a pretty recent card, so it shocks me a little that the reason for VV existing is because they didn't think of the Soul Cauldron interaction, which is, to me, crazy. Like I said, if I was on the design team or I was a designer for card games, the first thing I would do is when I make a broken zero-cost activated ability and shove it on the creature is see what activated abilities synergize with it. You just have to type activated ability into standard, like, database and come across Soul Cauldron. So I found that kind of crazy that they missed that. But it probably speaks a lot to, like, how little time they have to, like, test cards in the first place, which, you know, not the best thing. I think a lot of it has to do with standard being, A, them pumping up so many Magic sets, and B, like, standard being 3 years now. So that's pretty bad. Like, they might have designed VV for 2-year standard. Nah, they can't. Like, I think we should be merciful to an extent that humans make mistakes. Like, we all make mistakes. That's just part of life. But also simultaneously, like, you know, don't make it harder on yourself than it should be. Like, if you guys cannot adequately test cards because of the 3-year rotation thing, then for the love of God, go back to 2-year standard. Like, please. Please go back to... If y'all don't have the time, like, please fix it. That's just such a big part of the problem, in my opinion. Wow, okay, they're letting Kona die, period, okay. Yeah, exactly. Like, mistakes are for sure always going to happen, but, like, don't let this format suffer for 3 months. Like, address it. Or, you know, those are really the options they have. More frequent ban windows, aka faster opportunities to address issues. Or make standard 2 years again, so that issues, like, you know, mistakes happen less frequently. It's got to be either one of those, and they have to figure that shit out, because what happened, like, this time around can never happen again, you know? That's the problem. Ugh, this is kind of tricky. What do I do, y'all? I want to set this up. I almost feel like they're baiting me. Like, I don't think they have it. Like, I feel like I'm getting baited. Because you didn't do shit with that Kona. Like, you could throw away that Kona unless you really just ripped it off the top. Yeah, I think they got nothing too. Like, why do it now? I don't think they got shit. Let's see it. I don't know. And if we're wrong, then we're wrong. I could maybe stop an ETB of something powerful, perhaps. Absolute virtue. Okay. I just need removal for that, but I don't have it, of course. Like, world's only Demir player that doesn't have removal vibes. Yeah, Beastbinder can turn it off. That's kind of what I'm gonna have to hope for, yeah. Like, I think I just have to buy myself time. The problem is that they're gonna copy seam rips as well. So, not looking forward to that. Virtue doesn't have protection. The player gets protection. Virtue can just be removed. If that's what you're on about. I just need removal, but... good luck. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Don't need that. Like, Tishana, like, fuck off. You were too late already, girl. Like... No. Shuffler, Breen, Shuffler. Yeah, we're doomed. Yo, Sad Cat, thank you for 28. Vivi is dead. It is true. We celebrate. You know what? I may as well. Got nothing better to do anyway. I also can draw cards because... Okay, that's what I need. Thank you. Hit it with Drowner, we can shovel it back into their deck. But then we still gotta deal with Kona somehow. Hard was it to test VV with a tap requirement? Well, they said they missed Cauldron existing, so that's the reasoning for that, you know? Come on, Kona, start swinging. Don't be shy. Come on now. Play this banger. Not that it isn't a banger, but... Get out of here. Get out of here. The trade is interesting. Countering that while I can. Okay, let's see. We need some cards here. Here, you go ahead and get milled. Oh my god, I just milled 3 lands for him. Hate it here. I was hoping to mill some bombs, maybe. Probably another... What's a split up? Okay. Oh, opponent has an army of seam rips. We didn't think to test the strongest activated ability in standard, but the activated ability mythic artifact. Yeah, like that is not really a great excuse. I do agree. Like, I don't know. Least you can do is like check your mythics, I guess. Okay, I love that mill. Let's draw some more cards here. 4 cards, yeah! I could have had more with curiosity, but I'm not greedy. I stay humble. I found removal. Is that a fucking Ureni? Gas. Guess they tutored that up with the Sarima and stuff, yeah. Well, I don't know if my Phantom Interference is ever going to get value, but hey! I'm holding on to it. Ooh, Ureni? Ureni? Alright, another combo gamer defeated. Let's go! This is so many lands. It wasn't even that easy. So my grievance, like my issue with Karen isn't the emblem. It's more about the fact that, yeah, it does invalidate blockers like crazy. And, you know, if WotC think that's good enough of a reason to get rid of it, which they said it was, and especially based on the future, like maybe, you know, during their playtesting, firebending was really good, then okay, good that it's gone, you know? It's good that it's gone then at that point. Like, I'll take it. The fact that you could chalk your own emblem to get to Karen. Yeah, like perhaps they could have done something, you know, where if it takes damage during the combat phase, you get an emblem. Like, they could have done some shit there, maybe. That's what I would have probably liked to see. Uh-oh, we're gonna be against Cavero. But, yeah. Now, like, if this creature, or something along the lines of, like, if this creature died in combat, give your opponent an emblem or something. Make it really hard to achieve. But, you know. You know. You know what I mean? Yeah, or like the opponent's damage or something like that. It's a tricky one. I think they made a couple of mistakes with the card, and I think they realized it themselves, so... Well, what the hell? That was rude. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't... I don't know. I don't think the emblem was the biggest problem. I do agree with the banning or the blocking stuff, though, which is obviously really bad, so... Oh, we're actually playing against Sultai Control. I was like, what the fuck is this? Four cards versus 5 cards, but instant speed versus sorcery speed? I think I'd rather do sorcery speed then, so that I can at least fire off like a Kaito or something. Yeah, I think it's like the Sultai Control with like the mill win con, maybe. I think. Doomsday Excruciator? Nah, they're just doing like the... I'm just gonna slam this. Avatar Early Access is on Wednesday, actually. So, pretty close. Pretty close. Pretty close. I don't need this. I'll take a land, though. The actual problem is print Lightning Bolt. Period, bestie. Period. That's it. Uh-oh. I gotta get out of this game. Let's get ourselves an emblem. That's it. Well. Two lands. Kaito is whatever you need him to be. Period. Go Kaito. Something's dead though, I think. No? I'm locked in. If I did hit the land off the top, I would have tried going for it? Maybe. Can't be countered. You got me there, I guess. You got me there. Alright. You got me there. I just have to not die to like some weird mill combo now. I could try. Fuck it. Let's see if we can get some lethal power up in here then. Do, do, do. So clearly they didn't have the answer then. Okay. And what's next? Let's see. Bit of huge Phantom Interference. Shyna doesn't really do anything here, whereas like the Phantom Interference could maybe still have like a cheesy counter moment. I don't know. Don't need Cecil, don't need Tidebinder, don't need this or this or this or that. Ears. We'll do more Kaitos. We'll do another Preacher because it's good value. Do another Tishana. I'm kind of just always like, whenever I play Dimir against control decks, I'm just looking for anything that allows me to play on their turn. So that when they tap out, countering my shit on their turn, on my turn, I have all my mana available and I can play like powerful cards out. That hopefully take over the game. Lord Skitter. Which is how I like Dimir anyway. I like tempo decks, and it is like a pretty strong tempo deck in the format, so works for me. Let's do it. Works for me, besties. Let's go Drowner. Ooh. Ooh, there it is. River Turn. I'm shaking my boots. I hate this thing. But ooh, this is actually kind of hard because... Oh shit. What's the answer here? Because on one end, Cornucopia is going to gain them a gazillion life. And on the other hand, like, I think it has to be Cornucopia and then hope we find an answer for the Rupture by the time it comes down. I don't know. We stay positive. Now, like, in the right deck, that Cornucopia gains a gazillion life. We need Karen back. I'm kidding. We need her back, please. Please, I'm a star. Rip Karen. Well, you hate the stupid mill deck. I'll beat it. I'll beat it for you, bestie. I'll flush us in, like I said, on their turn, probably. Have you talked about Frankenstein on stream yet? I haven't, but I have seen it. I have seen it, and I do love it. I do love it. I do. I think it's great. But I like Guillermo del Toro regardless, so... Like I said, I always love how he turns the darkest things into a fairy tale. I think there's something beautiful about that. You know? If there's one thing he's gonna do right, is make a monster movie. And I love that. Uh-oh, something bad's happening here. Oh, it's a cat? That's a weird one. Yeah, I'm usually not a massive Jacob Elordi fan, because, like, where I've seen him in... I didn't really vibe with him too much. But he did great, too, like... The Labyrinth, yeah. He did great, too. Like, I was kind of shocked by that as well. And then, you know, Mia Goth having, like, 2 roles. I didn't... Which is crazy, because they gave her eyebrows for one of them, and all of a sudden I'm like, who is that? They gave her eyebrows, and all of a sudden, like, who is that person? Like, who is she? Love that. Yeah, I thought it was a great movie. Definitely worth the watch. Alright, well... It's gonna get tough here. It's probably gonna be these 2 fleshed in after the Rupture, but we'll see. No, I know, like, she's so unrecognizable, but they only gave her eyebrows, which is crazy. Like, they only gave her eyebrows, and that's all of a sudden she's a different person, which is so wild. I mean, eyebrows do a lot for a person's face. That is true, you know, that is true. What the hell is this? No. Interesting stuff happening here, y'all. Spare a counterspell, spare a counterspell. Okay. I just need to find one and then I'm good. I shouldn't have played that land out. I should have waited. In case I had a man land. I have a feeling they hate my curiosity. Assassin's Trophy is a wild one, low-key. Wow. Okay. Sure, give me another land, I guess. I have to put a little bit more pressure on the board here so that they're actually going to feel tempted to play that Singularity Rupture. That's perfect. It's like Sultai Mill. No, I mean, they're valid for hating curiosity, don't get me wrong, but damn, they used a lot of resources on it, that's for sure. I'm playing that out, and I'm just gonna pressure. The card choices? Well, I don't know. I don't know, maybe they just thought Assassin's Trophy is the new GOAT, like... Yeah. Back in the day, man, sheesh, when I first started playing, Assassin's Trophy was a great card. Now, a little different. Alright, there goes it. 17 cards left, but this Kaito is gonna get the 5 power. I think I just win next turn anyway. Like, I got 5 here. I'm gonna put 4 on the battlefield. I still have Restless Reef to swing with 2, so that should just do it without having to worry about the river churn anyway. I don't hate mill decks because they're usually not that good. They're usually not that good anyway, so like, I'm not worried. Yeah, we just beat him. Like, at this point in Standard, you play mill because you like it, not just because it's good, you know? Like, it's something that you vibe with as a person, but the deck itself isn't all that. Alright, 2 more wins for Mythic, y'all. Let's get it. Holy shit, 3 bats. Well, I gotta try that. It's the bat challenge. Start off like that. Rogues is so much fun. Yeah, the ultimatum decks, man, like, you had to fight for your life to mill out that Yorion pile, and I did it sometimes, and it did feel fucking good. I just have, like, really, like, vivid memories of playing, Dimir Rogues. And what the hell was it? Like an F2K tournament or some shit? That was like F2K hosted like a standard tournament with a good prize pool. I remember playing Dimir Rogues in it and milling out Yorion players. Like, that was a weird era. Like, it was a strange era. I remember doing that though. Get hit by the bat. You've milled 200 card decks? Holy shit. Man, you'd be sweating at the end of it. We're definitely gonna have to set this up right here. And what's the scariest card? Like, it's the Glimmer for sure. Well, the Gremlin Tamer for sure, I think. Part of me wants to wait, part of me also knows that they're playing like auras and ways to protect their creatures and shit, so I'm kind of torn right now. But I think Gremlin Tamer like flooding the board. I mean, like I said, natural enemy to the mirror deck is flooding the board, so let's hit that card and hope for the best. Let's do the bet here. Let's see what's up. Well, we made the right choice using that spell the way when we did it, right? Let's see. Which one is the... Oh, they're all pretty scary. Any of them is fine. Yes. Give me the goat. Show it to me, please. The worst thing, if I pump up this optimistic scavenger, it does go to 3 power, but also it doesn't give any more 1/1 counter, so I guess it's fine. Show it to me, please. Show it to me, Rachel. The cats. Okay. Let's see. Well, my single annul is going to carry the shit out of us. Is going to carry the shit out of us, everybody. Type 1 if you believe in this annul. Right. I'm gonna go... Okay, y'all believe? Thanks, guys. I feel better now. Don't need that one. I think another preacher is fine. Like, I like Death Touchers here, for sure. See a Duress as well. Beastbinder. Drowner is fine as well. Any removal we can get, we take. Even a Strategic Betrayal can become really bad really quickly if they have the Gremlin Tamers. So it's a very risky card to play, but I still think we do it because it also goes around the Shardmates rescues and shit. So I like that. I like that. I think the rest is... Maybe Friend for value could be okay too, but... I actually go like this maybe on the draw. Okay. Yo, appreciate you for hanging out though. What do you think is the single strongest card in Standard? That's a really hard question. The single strongest card? Based on what? Like, it's really hard to base that on something. Hard. Hey, chat, we're scoping out the new meta, okay? Like, to y'all, some of y'all, this is not a brew. That's completely fine. Tomorrow, like, we'll see what we can offer. Like, at the moment, we're just trying to figure out the format. So we're playing what I assume is the best deck in the format, which is the mirror. Like, I mean, I understand that it is kind of the new bully of the format, so I get people can be salty about us playing it, but, you know, we're just checking whether or not that's true and, like, what matchups the mirror is beating, so... I, you know, apologize to the homies that don't want to be watching the mirror, but I also think it's interesting to see if it's actually, like, the deck to beat and, like, what our matchups are like and how it's positioned in the meta, so... I get it if some of y'all are salty about that. Like, it's not the craziest brew ever, but I will also be playing more brews tomorrow. Like, we'll check out... Well, then again, I'd check out Simic Aggro, but we can do more brews, so... Yeah, I don't mean to disappoint y'all. But I also am very curious to see what the power of the mirror is nowadays. Usually don't play the mirror, but... You know, we'll see. Well, I'm not even winning that much. Like, I've had a pretty cursed day so far, so... not about the wins, but it is checking out what the meta looks like. I mean, so far, I feel like most of the games, I would say that our deck should just win. I feel like a lot of the games we've played, our deck should literally just win. But we've also had some curse draws, so it's not as if we have like the craziest win rate on the planet Earth or something. But we're pretty much dominating everything, which outside of curse draws, mulling to 5, like every game, we've done really fucking good, so... Like another person, you know, in the trenches. I need one more win. But yeah, silly decks will definitely happen, and like, obviously a lot of the brews are going to happen with Avatar, so... You know, we were the last one standing. In a world where everybody was just giving up completely. I still went live for like 2-3 hours playing Spider-Man, so... Excuse me for playing the best deck in the format for a little bit, to see if I can get Mythic here. I tried. Just scoping out the vibes. You know, scoping out the vibes. Nah, we did like 3 hours of Spider-Man like daily, because I'm like mentally ill and I cannot stop with standard. like I can't. So I'm pretty mentally ill, and I just for some reason stay loving standard a little bit too much. So, you know. God forbid a girl can be evil as a treat. No, it's true, it's true. Let me be evil for a little bit. But you guys seem to be chill with it, so thank you guys, thank you. Tomorrow, I promise silliness. Like, we'll definitely check out Boros Mice, we'll definitely check out, like, Simic Aggro. Just see what some of the, like, the top contenders could be in the format. I don't want to play Kavero because I did that recently. I don't want to play Kona because I kind of hate it. But... You know, we'll check out the vibes. We'll check out the vibes. There's a difference between mental illness and masochism. I haven't figured out yet which one it is, but hey, you know, therapy isn't at that point yet. Ooh, that was a pretty cool little, like, splash portal moment there. Like Battle Crier. Yeah, that could be an interesting one to check out too, for sure. Man, they're doing something cool. I don't know what though. Like Splash Portal shenanigans. Let's see. It's a vibe, like... Need a good Battle Crier deck. I think nothing in Battle Crier really changed. The only thing you really just have to be mindful of is like figuring out what cards in the main or in the sideboard were designed for VV and just like taking those out, or not, if they are like, you know, have a purpose for other decks in the format still. But yeah, that's mostly what we're going to be looking at. Did you know if there's a Death in Texas? I made like a really silly like mono white Texas deck at the start of Spider-Man, but it wasn't all that good. It was fun though, but it wasn't all that good. Bands used for mono black. Let's go. let's go. I'm gonna Tishana this. No, I know, right? I know. I got rage baited and was like, okay, weird, and then getting accused of everything. Like, all right, what the hell? Free Cloud. Nah, it's cool. I know what happens when you engage with rage bait. Like I said, I go stand in a corner and like cry about it for falling for it. How's it better? The ladder feel? I mean, I'm vibing at the moment. Like, I'm vibing currently, so... Having a good time, seeing a wide variety of decks, like seeing a good amount of decks that I was kind of like expecting to, you know, Be Present, Kfaro Kona, Control Decks, the Mirrors. So I'm just glad I'm not seeing Vivi anymore. Like, I just love that. Thank God. War is over. You know, war is over. We can breathe again. Should be able to win the game here. Haven't done the math, but I kind of got some vibes. Yeah, with the reef. Yeah, I'm just glad that like things are looking up again. So really happy about that, y'all. We won, yeah. Like I said, like I said before, I've said it 100 times. I could feel it in my bones that they were just going to do Cauldron and we were fucked. Like I was so fucking scared, bro. I was so scared. I was like, it's over. It really is. I was like, there's no way they're gonna do some goated bans again and like save us. I was like, it's gonna be Cauldron, and I cry. But no, things turned out okay. Like, things turned out alright at the end. Izzet died twice already, one with Vivi, another with Corey. I mean, it's crazy that Izzet was that dominant for that long. Like, we're out here fighting Izzet for like a whole year at this point. It was Izzet for a whole year. Like, what even is that about? It's just crazy. Crazy that it went so far, you know? You don't hate the Karen ban? I mean, I would rather see it banned than not banned. I just think that maybe I would have hit some other cards, but I'd rather have that than nothing at all, you know? That's just like kind of how I feel it. Like, rather have it included than not, so... You know. I'll take it. The world is so disappointing right now. Doesn't make sense to just expect them to make the worst decision possible. Nah, period. Like, we have to stay positive, you know? We gotta stay positive in life. So, hey, and we had a good outcome, you know? And on top of that, they also took accountability for a lot of shit, which I thought was very professional and very good for them to do. Like, they could have just done... I like, you know, giving I like criticizing Wotsu where I think it's appropriate. But also, like, they explained themselves good. They said, hey, we really messed up here. You know, we're going to be doing this in the future to change our design philosophy. We made the same mistake again that we did with Beanstalk, but on a different card. Like, we'll make sure that doesn't happen again. And, like, also simultaneously, we're also fixing our ban window issues that are going to be more frequent. So I think it was a great article. I think a lot of good shit will come out of it. And, you know, I'm glad they took accountability for how much they messed it up. Like, instead of seeing the line standard is flourishing, we saw the line standard has been very bad right now for a little bit too long, or whatever the line was, which I thought, you know, that felt very validating to hear. That felt very validating to hear, in my opinion, that they finally admitted that. So yeah, I thought it was good. So probably the best outcome of it. Yeah. It was very rewarding to hear someone say that from Wizards of the Coast. The standard was just a very, very bad spot for too long now, so you take it, y'all. Where's the ban announcement? Like, what was the exact line? I don't know. It doesn't matter anyways, but I thought it was very nice to hear, so... You know, period. So wild they said flourishing at that time. Now that was fucked up. It will forever be a meme now, like... It will forever be a meme. The flourishing standard format, yeah. Brad wasn't even there strong. The reason we're hitting cameras. Well, you know, they have data we don't have access to. I looked at tournament data. I looked at a bunch of stuff. Based on what I know from analyzing tournaments, looking at the meta, you know, is that Mono Red... Basically, the spot that Mono Red had in the format was be the anti-Vivi deck, right? And unfortunately at that, they also failed, which that's a whole nother conversation. But Mono Red, despite having the second highest meta share in the format, had like a 46% win rate across Spotlight series, or like 45, 46, something like that. So I don't think the numbers from Red were too problematic, but they said they had, first of all, internal data that pointed them into another direction, and that could be the future with avatar cards, or that could be, you know, data they have about what they think the meta looks like when VV is gone. And then the one thing I do agree with is that they said that Screaming Nemesis had those same issues with invalidating blockers, which you cannot go around that. So I think with that reasoning in mind, the future we don't know, and like data we also don't know. If they say that banning Karen's good, fine. Like I would rather have them ban cards than not ban cards at this point. So we ball. The actual quote was, Standard has been in the poor shape the past few months, period. And like it is. So I think that's, with all that info, like, hey, ban all the cards you need, buddy. Like I don't rather that than not at all. Like works for me. Works for me. And like a mono red deck will bounce back. It's going to be like a more Boros aggro or something like that. Mono red will always find a way to bounce back regardless. So